Hey everybody, this is Professor Amy. This is the first of 3 annotation videos. I'm sorry I didn't get these posted earlier in the week. I made you a video and it was like 18 minutes long, and I thought, that's really too long. So I wanted to rethink my whole approach to how we were going to do this. So this is a whole new approach. What we're going to have is a series of videos where I say something pretty quick, pretty short, and then you go and do some work, and then you come back. So that way you can do it like in smaller chunks and you don't have to sit there and watch an 18-minute video. So let's get started. So what we have here is a student essay from last semester. And the first thing I want to talk about when we talk about revision is how revision is different from just like fixing mistakes. And so a lot of times students will say like, I want to rewrite this paper for a higher grade. Could I just fix the mistakes and turn it in? Right? Or I'll say like, how's your essay going? Or you're revising, and a student might be like, yeah, I'm making some changes or whatever. So when I hear that, I think stuff like this, like, okay, the heading on this is wrong. This needs to be fixed. You need the name. Like, there's too many spaces here. This should be English 101 with my name on it, right? And it should be like essay 2, and then it should have a good title. Okay, right? So like that kind of like fixing mistakes might be stuff like that. And then like this person might go through and be like, oh, look, I need space there, right? Like, oh, look, I need a space there. Put space in. Okay, look, I need some spaces. Okay, and then like, okay, let me focus on like one paragraph in particular. Okay, so I'm going to fix the mistakes in this paragraph. As individuals, we'll never really be able to be ourselves without upsetting someone. Society has these preconceived notions of what a person should be, and the way look, I need to add person there. Person, oops, person should act. And if you are a minority, your options are, so like the blue line underlining is telling me something is wrong here. Society has these preconceived notions of what a person should be and the way the person should act, period. If you are a minority, comma, your options are even more limited, comma, and that logic is harmful, space. In my experience, I've been told that I listen to white music and that want to be like a white girl simply because I had an interest in things that are not considered the norm for African Americans. Society is limiting, yet we all subconsciously vie for the approval of others. When around certain people, I won't listen to the music. So this one is just like, Microsoft just doesn't like contractions. I really enjoy for the sake of not being made fun of and told to turn it off. I really enjoy because I don't want to be made fun of and be told to turn it off. Who I'm surrounded by decides who I am at that moment. The people who decides who I am at that moment. Society wants to fit us in boxes, but we can't, so we adapt to our environment, never truly being ourselves and showing the parts of society has deemed acceptable. So there, I fixed the errors. Now, sometimes when this happens, the student's like, well, do I get a higher grade? And you really wouldn't, because all you did was like fix typos and stuff, and that's not really what's important. And what's really important is your thinking and the depth of your thinking. So this is not revision. That's called proofreading. And proofreading is really important. Proofreading does a lot to make your work look more professional. But when we talk about revision, that's not what we're talking about. So revision is a process that's much more in depth. It's much more about changing your ideas and changing what you're thinking and deepening the conversation that you're having. So the other thing about this is I think that many students actually like wouldn't really want wouldn't want their faculty to grade papers this way. Like it seems like it would be an easier way for students to get a higher grade, but it's really not, because if we turn this around and imagine that teachers really graded you down for each of those mistakes, I think most of us as writers would be really frustrated if the teachers reading our writing, if all they saw was like, well, you need a comma here and you need to not have a contraction there. That's not what we value in our own writing. I hope that what you value in your writing is your own ideas more than whether or not you need a comma. So that's what we just did together there. That is really important, and that's proofreading, and that's an important stage of your writing. But that is the last thing you do. That's not revision. In our next video, we're going to take a look at what revision actually is. So we're going to come back in 5 minutes with another video.